Thursday, and I tell you, this week has just been amazing. Amazing from the perspective that, there's been some great things happening, some super alignments, and then some ahas that have totally begun to transform not only my perception of things, but my perspective on how to engage in things. So, this morning, I am so happy to come before you because you know what? It is good to be me. It is good to be me, even when others don't see the light that I have or can't recognize it or ignore it. It's good to be me because I am so clear about who I am and who God's called me to be that I can be very confident and very bold in how I present myself. And the consistency part, which those of you that have been listening to Walking Through Glass, since I've been bringing you that daily dose of Dr. Vitamin D, realize that consistency piece. Oh my goodness. Thank you, Jesus, for giving me that to say, if you begin to be consistent, watch what begins to happen. And we all have roadblocks. We all have times we don't feel like doing things. We have times when, life happens and we're busy. But it's the consistency that rules the day. So, as I got up this morning, for some reason I overslept. I slept through my 4:30 alarm, my 5:30 alarm, and maybe it was the extra Benadryl, whatever I took last night. Because for some reason, I guess I had an allergic reaction to something. I don't know what it was, but I started itching all over my face. And so then I was touching my face and where I thought, wow, I'm getting a pimple or something here. And I realized I had broken out into a rash on both sides of my face. And I just thought, what did I have? What did I eat? What did I put in my body that was foreign? What did I put in my body that, and so I started replaying what I ate that day yesterday and then that evening what I had for a meal. And I thought, okay, I don't know where this is coming from. So I then thought it doesn't really matter where it came from in the immediacy piece. The long term of I do need to monitor and figure out what's going on because I'm having all of these physical reactions to things, which is why I'm going to do a cleanse really soon. But what hit me was that I needed to do something in the now in regards to my face itching, rashing, and, the whole trigger thing. So I thought, okay, grab the Benadryl, take the Benadryl. Next, I have some liquid vitamin C, and I just rub that all over my face. Because, vitamin C, maybe I read somewhere it works. I don't know. I just know I wanted to put something on there to stop it. And then I went ahead and went to sleep. And so I don't know. Maybe I'm just feeling myself too much, being a little bit too awesome. And so all the toxins that's in my body is starting to come out. But I really sat there, later and thought, okay, you really need to take your health more seriously. You need to become more consistent in how you show up for yourself, especially when it comes to what you're putting in your body, even your image and what you wear outwardly to show everybody, and your mindset. So I've been on this intensive journey, and it's produced a couple of things. One, Walking Through Glass, not only the book, which will be available at the beginning of the year. I'm going to do a whole show on the evolution of that. But in the interim, Walking Through Glass, the 28-day mindset cleanse, putting the prep in your step, will actually be available by June 1st. And I just thought, wow, look how life has blessed me. And when I say that, is that when I have these aha moments and I have these new levels of awareness. I knew, and I've known for a long time, it has been my purpose, my calling, my gift to share that. Because there's one thing, my purpose is to inspire, empower, and transform lives. That, beyond a shadow of a doubt, is my purpose. How I do it may shift, change, but that's what it is at the core. And because I'm so clear about that, and I'm so confident, meaning I have an elevator ministry, I have a lobby ministry, I have a phone ministry. I've decided to consistently show up as myself, authentically, and it didn't matter what other people were feeling in regards to their lack of, and you can fill in the blank, but I was still going to show up. So when I get in the elevator and I speak to people and say good morning, and one of my favorite things to do, and I encourage you to borrow it, is that I say, even though it's overcast, it's been rainy, it's been chilly, and I'll say things like, oh my gosh, isn't it just so beautiful? Isn't the sun, isn't so bright outside? I'm going to say this, I said, isn't it so bright outside? Isn't this a beautiful day? And initially people look at me like, is this woman nuts? And so when they look at me and they're in that moment of, being perplexed and a little circumspect, I say, here's what you have to understand. I've decided to be the sunshine that I wish to see and that I need to see in the world. So everywhere I'm present, there's light. And it's a beautiful day because I'm here. I said, so that's why it's such a great day and it's so bright. To see the transformation on their faces, the lightening of the atmosphere, the energy shift in the space is huge. And sometimes I wonder, I'm probably annoying people, and some people even told me, oh yeah, you probably annoy people. And for a while I thought I was going to let what they said stop me. And I thought, okay, well, you know what? If it's bothering people, I'm not going to do it. But then I realized and remembered, I am who God says I am. And that somebody needs this energy and somebody needs this light. And that because I'm clear about my purpose and I'm confident in my walk in it, that I need to remain consistent on how I execute. So I opened my email today. And a friend of mine who I've been thinking about for a while, I'm a little emotional. And I've been at the Cove, UCI Cove, and I met him a couple years ago. Great guy, entrepreneur, angel investor, the most, sincere person that I know. You would never know by talking to him of his wealth and his brilliance and all of that kind of stuff, and his big heart. I've been saying, hey, because I had asked him to introduce me to someone that I've been wanting to meet. And she's a powerhouse. She's amazing. And interesting enough, I'm going to see Janice Howard Bryant in Atlanta at the Hope Global Summit. But for years I said, I just want to meet her, talk to her, just, be in her presence, that kind of thing. And so he it's like, okay, he's a advisor of hers, and he's like, okay, I'll introduce you, but let me know what you want, what you need. I didn't forget, So fast forward, I hadn't talked to him in a long time. I noticed the last couple times I've been at the Cove, I didn't see him. I didn't even see where his office used to be. And so I was wondering, what's going on? I got to reach out to John, because I decided that I was going to make 2019 the year of the touch back, the reach back, the pull back, all the people that I know, love, and trust and care about, to make sure I connect with them. So I opened my email, and there's a message from John. And he says, it's a long time, we need to catch up, something to that effect. But it was in the body of the message that just moved me and made me so thankful that I still show up consistently as myself. So John proceeded to tell me, he's been thinking about me, and, he didn't know by notice he wasn't at the Cove. And, since the last time we saw each other, a lot of things had happened. in addition to him being diagnosed with stage 4 inoperable pancreatic cancer, and that he's doing treatments, he's doing pretty decent, and he's on this journey, incredible journey. And he said, but I kept thinking about you. I kept thinking about the fact that your infectious enthusiasm and your spirit and the joy that every time I saw you just made me smile. And so in this season of me going through some things and dealing with some things, you've been on my mind. And he went on to say a couple other things, and that I'm still going to introduce you. I'm still going to meet up with so-and-so. I'm still going to do that. But he said, but it's not just the cancer of why I'm reaching out to you. He's just like, I just really appreciate who you are. I really appreciate the fact that you're so positive and you bring that element of positivity to anyone and everyone that you meet, because that's kind of how we met. And I just said, thank God that I stayed consistent. Thank God that I didn't allow people to tell me that me being positive or I'm doing too much, or that me being happy and sharing that was a negative, and that I decided to stay the course and be consistent and be who I am. And I just smiled on the inside, because the interesting and almost irony is that the last week he's been heavily on my mind. John's been on my mind, and I was looking through messages going, okay, I gotta go find his number, because I gotta catch up to this guy, see what's going on with him, you know. And to wake up this morning and see a message from him just made me smile, and just made me very thankful, made me just feel that any and everything I've been doing, I am on the right path. So, today, I challenge you to be consistent. Be consistent. And if there's something that is not adding value to yourself and the people that are called to, that you're called to lead, then get intentional about removing those things, but stay consistent about showing up for yourself, for the people that need you, with yourself being number one. As I'm not in the car doing the show today, because I knew I'd feel a little emotional. I didn't want to be driving when I wanted to especially talk about John. And so I'm looking at my board that sits right outside my bed, and it kind of focuses on the 5 foci for 2019, because I made the promise to myself, you know, that to live my best life every day by loving myself intentionally. And those 5 focal areas are personally, professionally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. And on this journey through the course of this year, I've attacked each one in certain areas. Really been working on the spiritual and emotional one, and even tapping into the professional one. But the physical one, I need to be more consistent about. So on this day, I add purpose and practice to my promise to live my best life every day by loving myself intentionally, by physically eating better, moving better, and getting fit internally, externally, and mentally. So, your daily dose of Dr. Vitamin D, giving you that extra bit of sunshine you need in your day, and signing off with these words is that when you truly and honestly show up as your authentic self, because you love yourself, you're able to give that love. People will receive that love, and they'll remember that love. So, be consistent and be intentional while loving people. So, that's your show for today. Remember, you can tune in and tap in to Walking Through Glass, the podcast on iTunes, Stitcher, Spotify, Podbean, Google Music, Apple Podcasts, you name it. And also on my YouTube channel, Dr. D Speaks. So, have an amazing Thursday. Make it transformative. And remember, be consistent. Have a great one. Bye-bye.